Yeah, I got the right analysis, but experience. It reached the target, man. 200 pip. 200 pip. This was a 10% trade. You know how I got inspired by the fact that, okay, 15 minutes can push down?
Mm-hmm.
Because you remember one day in simulation session, Raja took exactly the same kind of trade after a breakout with the 15 minute, and he took his entry on 15 minute and kept stop loss inside the zone. I was kind of wanted to do the same thing, but at the same time, I also promised myself last week, okay, I'm just gonna focus on 30 minutes. That's the only reason I didn't execute. That's the only reason. But I knew that, okay, this can, we may miss it if we wait the 30 minutes. Knew that. And it's played out perfectly. Exactly based off the analysis. Hopefully we can have I think this is done. Maybe we will just
range.
We'll just range here. But I hope we can have a retracement resistance, because that day after Raja entry on 15 minute, 30 minute print a perfect retracement resistance to push down. 30 minute gave that. But hopefully we can have that. But the initial move was the best, man. 200 pip. This will have been a legendary trade. I was watching that 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I should enter and keep my stop loss inside the zone just right here. And that's it. But then maybe it will have been a break-even trade as well, because at the entry here, price moved 20 pips and come back to make the top wick and then flip. So all the time after a breakout, wait for a top wick. So if we were to enter after the top wick at the flip and keep stop loss here, that will be great to execute. A great way to execute. But let's wait. Maybe we will have a resistance here. Retracement, resistance to push down. It's beautiful. Beautifully played. 200 pip on a Monday. Amazing. What can we do now? Nothing.
Nothing, bro.
We missed the trade of the day. Only one trade to pass the account. Beautiful. How do you feel, Amal?
Amazing, man. We're gonna catch it one day.
Yeah. One day.
One day. I don't know when that day comes.
Let me show you where Raja execute a trade like that. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
in the
I found it right here on this trade. Right? Look at it.
The reason why it's not an MT4 because MT4 is outdated. Oh, look at that. We are breaking down. Look at the 15-minute. We got a huge range going down the way. Wow, look at that.
Look, exactly the same situation.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah, the same.
15-minute cannot close, but there is no stop loss. And the analysis makes sense. Clean, huge range.
26 stop.
Right? Stop loss is too big.
50% risk, you know, like normally I do 1%, 2%, 50%.
Right? Because if you wait the 30-minute, you will miss the trade.
30-minute? Yeah, right here. Do you target lowest low or do you consider targets on the left? I'll consider targets probably around, you know, if you do go down with volume, 1996 maybe. Right? So this must be very stressful. No, it's not. You guys know what the most stressful thing in life is? Trading is not stressful. When you got a 2-year-old, right, and you make sure that the 2-year-old takes a bath. The most stressful time is from the bath to the diaper, because you don't know that during that time the 2-year-old can either take a shit or can take a piss. You don't know whether it's going to go pee or take a shit. Between that time, shower and diaper time, that's the most stressful time. And if you don't have 2-year-olds, you cannot relate to this. That's the most stressful time. And I can tell you that from
2-year-old.
shower to diaper, there has been shits in the middle. That is really stressful. This is not stressful. This is whatever. You know, so yeah, whatever. You know, I'm going to set right there for 15 minutes. 15 minutes right there, and wherever the stop goes. You know, this is not stressful at all. We're just going to let it play. New 15-minute candle starting. Why not put stop loss?
Look at this.
Above the wick? No, it's going to be above the candle right there. It's going to be above the candle. So I hope you guys can relate to that as a parent. You know, like as a parent. Wow, look at that. We're coming down now. Put stops at break even. That's it. It's a free trade now. Break even. Free trade. Break even.
Exactly the same thing.
Exactly.
Here's what I want you guys to understand. In the beginning,
I
when you
knew
do
I
this,
had
right,
exactly
Monday,
this
Tuesday, I
in
secure
in my
positions as
mind,
right? But now, since we're in
and
profits,
man,
on Wednesday, Thursdays, I don't secure positions, and that's exactly what
it's
I do in
just
life.
because I
I don't
promised
secure
myself this
positions
week I'm
because I
gonna
want to make
focus on
profits, and I want
30-minute
my
structure.
I'm just going to continue.
I'm not gonna watch
First of all, wow, I just signed up
15 minutes,
and
but
I
you need
traded
to be
these guys
fluid in
with
the
the best
market.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yeah.
But let's build that foundation of 30-minute first, and then
But if it continues pushing down, I'm going to make more percentage.
you may
so
start
I'm just gonna
to look for 15-minute things and stuff like that. Look at this. It continue. If you waited 30-minute, you are dead.
Wow, look at that, man. 60 pips, 70
You
pips. This is where you make
missed.
the gains, right?
Look,
There's- oh, look at that, we're coming back down.
you
20,
missed.
10, 19,
You
19,
missed if you
19,
wait the 30-minute,
1990, now we're coming up to sort of like a possible
because
rejection area.
it makes sense. 15-minute close
So
with
here,
huge
maybe close
volume.
like-
Same exact thing that happened with me.
And maybe bring stops
And then
right over here.
what
Right, I
happened
explained why I'm letting
is
this run. I explained why I'm letting
we
this
got a
run. Because, oh, wow,
retracement
that's still running over here.
and a
See,
nice
I'm 4.5%.
structure come
I'm
after on
4.5%. So
30-minute,
one tip that you can take from this is
right?
let
Mhm.
I think let me forward this.
not a resistance.
Yeah, you
The
see,
candle isn't
you
closing.
see,
Look at the time.
he forwarded
We have created resistance.
and
Down trend.
resistance
If we can sell,
created
the
on
stop is gonna be
30-minute
40
time
pips.
frame,
Too big of a stop loss.
right?
But if you look on the 15-minute, the stop is going to be 17 pips.
Right.
Can we take a sell?
Perfect
There's
structure
this wick right here.
came
Downtrend,
on
time
30-minute
to volume.
later on.
Sure we can. The stop loss was pretty big on the
But
30-minute.
there is no
We're
range.
putting the stops based off of the 15-minute.
Look at this range, man. The wick fill is the range.
Remove this take profit and just secure as we close this 15-minute candle.
And what about the support to the left?
I did not
It's
bet
not
at all.
important.
So I'm gonna close 90%.
The volume will
Because
push
this was
through.
not bad
This
at all.
is a
This was
range.
Oh, gold. This is where gold runs.
Look at this.
Damn. What's happening with gold over
Look
here?
at this.
Forward this candle over here. Forward this
Great.
again into green yard session. Will it run? Continue on
So,
to green yard? What about support? I don't know about support.
whatever
There
the
was support, but that
situation,
means right
you
now,
will
100
never
candles
be
over here.
disappointed to
We go
focus on
close,
30-minute only, right?
Wow.
So I
Whoa.
believe the same thing can happen here today. We may have a retracement resistance to continue to push back down. So let's see if that happens. Do you understand now?
Got it, man.
Got it, got it, got it. So either we will have a nice structure on 30-minute, or we will just be ranging here and it will be done for today. But this was just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Unfortunately, I decided my focus this week is 30-minute structure aligned with my overall bias. So I had the alignment with the bias today, but it was a 15-minute confirmation. That's why I didn't execute. Yeah, yep. Next year we will start executing on all the advanced thing. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you know, all the advanced things next year. Right,
Yes,
Mr. Amol?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This year we focus on the basics. It's fine, you know. If we miss this one, it's beautiful. We at least we understood the move, and next time we'll be prepared. So
Yes,
we still have tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We still have 4 days left to have
Something.
100 peep, 200 peep, you know. Where is Timmy? Where is Timmy? Timmy. Oh, someone is in the waiting room. Shaquille. Mr. Shaquille, how are you?
Hello, brother. How are
Yeah.
you? I'm fine.
We just missed a legendary trade today, man.
So you lost, I think.
Yeah, I lose. Friday took a stupid trade here Friday, man. It doesn't make any sense.
I took a buy here.
Yeah, I saw this move, but
Stop loss here. Stop loss hit.
yeah,
Lost 1%.
I saw this buy, but it was bad. It was a bad trade because look at the 15 minute. 15 minute
Yes, it was a
had resistance here, and also beside that you are inside this range. This is a range of death. No trade inside this range. So for me the trade was the breakout, and 15 minutes happened. I sent a message to Amal, maybe 15 minutes should give something, but I decided to focus on 30-minute confirmation. That's the only reason I didn't execute. And at the flip here and have your stop loss inside the range. Look at this 200 pip move. Anticipated the move to happen, but
Didn't participate.
didn't participate.
300 pips. This is 300 pips kind of.
Yeah, this candle. So now I'm just waiting for the 30-minute candle to create resistance here and then push back down. At least if we can have 100 pip move or something like that, or even 50 pips, that will be good for a Monday. Other than that, maybe we will just range. And
I think the move of today has happened. Now the price will just consolidate.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's likely. Yeah, It's likely to consolidate, but we'll see. What will be the deal?
Did Mr. Amol took this trade? This one. On the 15 time frame.
Who took this trade?
Mr. Amol.
Mr. Amol? No,
No.
Amol didn't take any trade. Amol is disciplined now, man. Amol is just waiting for a
No
very
need to
good
take
trade.
any trade.
Yeah, no need. Amol is just waiting for a nice structure, and he's very disciplined now. Discipline is his second name. His
One or two
nickname.
trade a month. That's it.
1 to 2 trade a month. No, let's say 1 to 2 trade a week, right? That's better.
Yeah, one trade a week.
1 to 2 trade a week. Yeah, that's the method of Alex G. He said, okay, wait for your A plus setup, 1 to 2 trade a week, and take 2% risk. 2% risk. And I think it's not too bad. We are doing almost the same thing. 2% risk, 1 to 2 trade a week. That's good, right? Amal?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's good. I think we should do that.
Yes.
And once you pass the count, then you can probably come back to 1% risk.
Mhm.
Oh no, he will do the same thing to even have his payout, I think. He made a video on this. Let me see if I can find it. Where is that video? Yeah, man, that's exactly what we are waiting for. Indeed.
आओ
Not,
सांगरे के साथ मीटिंग में हूँ।
not here. Sangaré Kisa meeting. We are speaking.
तन्नो
Oh, okay. I think this is the video.
It's very simple, very traditional. It is actually the complete opposite in the market. The less you do, the more you make. And it's easy for me to say that now because I've been in this industry, I've been in this niche now for 7 years collectively as a whole. And I kind of didn't really master that
Is it
into
this
the
one?
last 3 to 4 years because I just simply didn't grasp the to make $10,000 a month. Step number 1 is going to be you need $1,000 to deposit into your first
Yeah, this is the
trading
plan.
account. Now, guys, let's be real. You are in the financial market. You need money to make money. Anybody out here that's gonna tell you that you can become a millionaire out of thin air with no money is straight up lying to you.
I think
Even when I was turning the
this
$100
video
into the $300,000, I was literally saying every single day that I was trading, this is not realistic, this is not sustainable. I'm doing this just to show you guys what is possible with a winning strategy and a winning trading plan, which is what I'm sharing with you guys in this video that I didn't even do in that whole entire series. So with that being cleared up, the first thing is you need to deposit $1,000 into your personal account. This is the exact number that you need in order to actually start following the next steps, which are going to lead you to the $10,000 a month. So now that you have these $1,000 in the account, this is the actual execution that you have to take where it's going to lead you to your first $10,000 a month. So make sure you listen very closely. I'm going to explain everything in great detail. The first thing you have to do is take 2 trades per week. Meaning, if you take a trade on Monday, you would take another trade on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Whenever you take the second trade, after that trade hits your take profit or stop loss, you would simply be done for the week. Whether both trades are winners or whether both trades are losers. After the 2 trades, you are simply done for the week. So now that you understand that you're only going to take 2 trades per week, every single trade that you're going to take, you're only going to risk $20 per trade. So if you win the first trade, you risk $20. And if you lose the second trade, you still risk $20. If you win both trades, you still only risk $20 per trade per week. You're going to be doing this for 4 weeks, so a whole 30 days. And you start this at the first of every single month. So let me summarize this very small beginning intro. At the beginning of the month, you're going to take these $1,000 and you're going to risk $20 per trade, where you would only take 2 trades per week at a maximum of 8 trades in 4 weeks. Why? Because you would take 2 trades every single week. 2 times 4 is 8. So within the month, you would only have exposure to 8 trades. Let's set the scenario where you would have a 50% win and loss rate, which honestly, guys, it's more than accessible. Right now, my students and I, we have like a 73% win rate. So 50% is more than accessible. So let's set the scenario where you would have a 50% win rate, meaning out of the 8 trades that you have taken, you lost 4 and you won 4. Out of the 4 that you lost $20 per trade, meaning you lost $20, $40, $60, $80 on your accounts, which is also equivalent to 8%. But on the 4 trades that you won $40 because you would have a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk to reward per trade. So for every $20 you risk, you would simply make $40. So here you would have 40, 80, 120, and 160 on the 4 trades that you won, meaning that now you have made back the $80 you lost, and it's now going to leave you at $80 in profit. This is with a 50% win rate. So out of the 8 trades that you took, 4 were L's, 4 were W. But the W's simply outweigh the L's, which gives you the positive 8%.
I have seen a lot of people call this guy
now, what you have done without even noticing is you
Sorry?
I have seen a lot of people calling this guy fake.
Yes.
have just applied the same exact thing that I applied about 5 years ago when I took my actual first funded account and I had my first $28,000.
I think he also has some prop firm, right?
Sorry?
He also own a prop firm.
I don't know if he own one, but
Yes, I
It's
think he owns one.
it's possible. So yeah,
unprofitable. And this same theory I've been using for the last 4 years in my trading, where it has scaled me to have 7-8 figures in a trading account, where it is the same exact approach. Now, obviously it is a little bit of numbers because you're looking at it on $20 to $40, but this is actually a psychological trick that I'm doing with you because I want you to realize that this is a percentage game, not a dollars game. Without you even realizing, you have just made 8% for the month. You have made 8% in 4 weeks. Banks will literally throw money at you if you do this. People will literally throw money at you because you do this. Banks, if they get lucky, they will make 8 to 15% the year. And you have just done it the month nonchalantly by only taking 8 trades. You're gonna tell me over the course of 30 days, you can't find a solid 4 opportunities? Ask yourself that, be honest. The answer is obviously. This is why it's more probable for you to become a successful trader than any other industry out there. Because here's just you dealing with the market. Versus if you have a business, you have to deal with clients, you have to deal with product, managers, shipping, all this other stuff that is just a headache. Here's just simply you waiting for your trade to check off on your trade list. So coming back to the actual trading business blueprint, after you have successfully done this, only once you have successfully done this, you can then move on to the next stage. If for whatever reason you fall short 1%, 2%, 3%, or you simply break even for that 4 weeks or for those 30 days, you have to do it again. And if you realize you're not going to be down that much, you'll probably be down maximum $80 on the account, which is 8%. So until you don't have the profits of 8% in your $1,000 account, you cannot move on to the next phase. You have to be true to yourself because you're going to only save your money, your mind, and your actual trading plan on the next step. If you do not qualify by making this 8%, you simply are not ready for the next one. So do yourself a favor and start off by applying this simple market approach. And once you complete it, you can now move on to the next step. And the next step is going to be the following. Leading back to my first point, you need money to make money. So what you're going to do is with these $1,000 that you have already been trading for the last 30 days, you're going to go and you're going to buy a $200,000 funded account. You can go to any funding company in the world that you want. I'm not going to recommend you to one. Go to whichever one you want. So make sure you do your due diligence. And this is where you're going to get your 200K account. And the majority of these prop firms out there, they're going to have an evaluation process of where you have to reach a target of 8%. As soon as you simply apply the same exact market approach you have done on your $1,000, but now on this challenge account, it's very easy for you to pass. As soon as you pass, you simply get your funded account and you do it again. For whatever reason, let's say you fail your accounts, you simply go back to square one. You get $1,000. deposit it on your own personal trading account, and then you do it again. And you do not attempt stage 2 until you are not completed the stage 1, where it is going to be making 8% on the account in 4 weeks by only taking 2 trades a week, risking 2% per trade, which is equivalent to $20. And as I mentioned in the beginning, this can take you anywhere from 2 to 3 months to pretty much perfect it, because usually what a lot of traders are used to are pretty much being like machine guns when it comes to the markets, taking a bunch of trades back to back, one behind another, because they think the more they trade, the more they're going to make. And that is further from the truth than you guys can ever even imagine. Trading is simply like being a sniper. You're going to only take the shot when it's 100% guaranteed, and you only take one shot. Each shot counts. It's the same thing in the market. You're only going to take one trade, and each trade you take is going to count. So by doing this, it's going to take you 2-3 months, because you have to almost reset your whole entire mindset to what you are used to. Because we come, or I'm speaking from personal experience when I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, we come from a background where the more we work, the more we will make, right? Overtime usually pays double. If you give harder effort, you get a raise. It's very simple, very traditional. It is actually the complete opposite in the market. The less you do, the more you make. And it's easy for me to say that now, because I've been in this industry, I've been in this niche now for 7 years, collectively as a whole. And I kind of didn't really master that into the last 3 to 4 years, because I just simply didn't grasp the reality that the market is not going anywhere, and neither are the trading opportunities, because the market repeat themselves. So all I have to do is be extremely selective on these opportunities that I'm going to be taking. So what's the best way to do that? Is by simply sitting back and only capping myself at 2 opportunities a week. And over the course of 4 years of perfecting this, I have realized that the market will give you a minimum of 2 opportunities per week. Anything after 2 opportunities, you're not making a rational decision. There's an actual study on this that humans cannot make more than 2 rational decisions a day around money. So I decided to take that same approach, but do it within the week, because the market won't give you a solid opportunity every single day. I tested this method and it simply didn't work. The market will give you 2 opportunities within the week. So we're gonna take that same theory and only take 2 trades a week, risking 2% on your $1,000. And only when you have completed an 8%, risking 2 trades per week at 2%, then you can move on to stage 2, where you're going to get your funded accounts. And as soon as you get your funded account, you simply apply the same exact thing you did on the $1,000. Nothing.
What he just said, I have noticed exactly the same thing. So if you look at the last few weeks, you will notice that only maybe 2 clean opportunity the market will give you a week. The rest is okay. There are okay trade. You could have take the trade, but a solid trade where you take the trade and it run to the target and stuff like that, big moves, those solid trade, maybe 2 of them a week.
Changes. It's the same 2 trades per week. It's the same 2% you take per trade, and it's going to be the same 1 to 2 risk to reward. Nothing changes. It is absolutely the same. The only thing that changes are the numbers on the screen. And if you realize that same 8% on a 200K account is $16,000. On your $1,000 account, it's $80, and on your $200,000 account, it is $16,000. Now, you're not going to keep all of that, because the prop firms, they have their splits. So let's say you keep 70-80% of that, which is what the majority of the competitors out there do. You are well over $10,000 a month by doing the same exact thing that you did on a $1,000 account, but now on a funded account. And this is how you can easily, predictably, structurally, however you want to put it, make $10,000 a month with this trading blueprint plan, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or experienced. All this requires is a profitable strategy. Once you have a profitable strategy, you have this blueprint, and you are destined to succeed. I can guarantee. It's like I have never been so confident about a blueprint ever in my life. Not only because I use it, but because thousands of my students use it every single day. Now again, keep in mind, this is something that I have never revealed publicly on the internet, and I'm actually very excited to see how you guys react to it. So please leave a comment below on what you guys think of it, because it is extremely simple. And I personally believe that everybody that is getting into the trading industry should have access to what I have explained in this video. All you simply need is $1,000 to deposit into the broker of your choice. I don't recommend anybody to any broker, because I want you to do your own due diligence. I'm here to simply provide value, not to be an affiliate for a broker, a funding company, for dashboard. No, I'm just simply here to provide value and help you guys. And I think that by you depositing your $1,000 and risking 2% with only 2 trades a week, within 4 weeks, at the end of the 4 weeks, where you have a 50% win rate with a positive risk reward of 1 to 2, you're going to be positive 8%. And now those same $1,000 that you already have risked into the market, you simply use them to buy a 200K account, which is cheaper than $1,000. So you actually stay with somebody. You now have access to $200,000 that you know you can successfully pass their challenge, because you just did it with $1,000. So you do the same exact thing once again, and once you are funded, you simply follow the same exact plan, where then you will be making upwards of $16,000 a month by making 8% on a 200K account. And what this is going to lead you to is having anywhere from a 70 to 80% profit split, where you will then be making your $10,000 net profits as a successful trader. All of this by a simple market approach, by only taking 2 trades a week, risking 2%. Anybody can do this, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or experienced. All you need is a profitable strategy. That is exactly what Set and Forget is about. This is what has led thousands of my students to make over.
Anyway, bro, it's, you see Mr. Amal? Amal? Is Amal here? Amal, we're not watching it, okay? So we found a low here, and so it looked like we are going to range. I think we are going to range, but we'll see. To push up, we need the break above this area, right? So anyway, I'm gonna head off. See you guys tomorrow. Oh no, Wednesday for the live.
Nothing.
Nothing. I was watching. I was showing you something, and you were not watching.
Just now I came to chat.
Just now. You missed it.
What was the thing?
Yeah, these days market is teaching patience. Who write this? I think Shakil, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. You need to be very patient these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be patient. We're gonna wait for the perfect opportunity. Like Alex said, I think this is the first great opportunity for the week. I think there is another one. If we can catch that one, that will be good. But this
But
one,
we'll only focus on M30, right?
exactly, only on that.
Yeah.
So 2 trade a week. That's it.
Yeah.
2 trade a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if the 30-minute break above here, we can go up. It looks like 15 minutes is forming a structure here. At the break of this high, we may push up. Maybe that will be something interesting to watch. We found a low, breaking this high with the clean range, we can push up. Yeah, but let's wait for a 30-minute.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys Wednesday and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining.
I will wait for a resistance to be formed.
Yes. We need to
And if
be
you see something,
very
call me.
we need to be very selective and like a sniper, right? We need to be like a sniper, waiting for the perfect one. Take that, deal done. 2 trade a week, that's it.
Yeah.
2 solid trade. Same thing happened even last week. Last week there was just 2 solid trade, right? If you look at last week price action, this was the first one, so it moved to this target here, and this was a clean. It was clean base of 30-minute, right? So what happened is, right, we broke above this area. Everyone can see this as a good trade to push up, right? First one.
Yes, sir.
So there wasn't anything. So this one is kind of, I don't know. It was not very obvious because we have a resistance here.
It was on M15.
Yeah, we had a resistance here, and you had to be a little bit experienced to understand that, okay, we form support. Overall direction is up, which is so yeah, let's say we know that the bias is bullish and this is a target. So from here, boom, and we can see that okay, a support was formed here, so we just need some sort of entry here to push up, right? So which is on 1 hour, and on 30-minute, okay, on 30-minute, so we are here, but this candle is bearish, but a weak bearish candle. So thinking that, okay, maybe if we break this high and there is some sort of entry, we can enter the trade to go to that target, right? So, and then what happened at the break of that high, 15-minute form a nice structure right here with volume to push up clean to the target. So this was okay, but a little bit advanced, let's say. It was not like a no-brainer trade, right? Because not everyone could have anticipated this move. But then we got this one, right? So fake out on H4. So some sort of entry here, we can come down to this area, right? So we need to wait for some sort of resistance form, and on 30 minute. So we had this support first. No, we had this resistance first here. So at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But there was no entry, nothing happened. So then after this candle close, we form support here. Nothing. Right? Consolidation. And then this huge candle create resistance, a fake out at this resistance to come down. So now what happened? From here you have your stop loss on 15 minute, no brainer, and price continue 100 pip to the target.
How will manage risk when the next 15 closed bullish?
No manage risk because you are watching. If you let trade run, you are managing it on 30 minutes, right? You just put your stop at break even after it moved down like 20 pips. You place your stop loss at break even and you let it run to the target, and only trail your stop loss on 30 minutes. After 30 minute candle close, you trail your stop loss. That's it. That's the rule to let trade run, right? Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
And then on Friday, so nothing really happened. We had this one, maybe bullish buys, and that's where I got, cooked. My bias was bullish, but look, nothing happened somewhere here. So I wanted a retracement support to push up, but look, it happened later on in PM session and I had no business taking a trade here. Rejection, but very weak candle. So maybe look for a trade here, but even that, it's PM session. So I shouldn't have been in any trade on Friday. So later on, even you can see after this candle, we move to the target, right, through the weekend. But since we don't trade PM session, so you can see that only 2 solid trade during the week, only 2 solid trade. So maybe 3 in our case. Sometimes you have 3, sometimes you have 2, but I noticed that even the third one, you need to call out to some sort of advanced concept to be able to catch a third one. So at least 3 trade you can have a week, but on those 3, 1 will be advanced, but only 2 no-brainer trade. Start observing that, you will see. So I think Alex is right on that. Alex is right on that. I think that's also the reason Raja was trading 2 pairs, GJ and gold, because if one day gold has no trade, no solid trade, GJ will have a trade. So in that case, you will have a trade every day. Every day you will have at least 1 trade, and then you can make your weekly gain. If you make like 2% a week, a day, then you can have 10% a week, right? So that's the reason he was taking I think 2 pairs. But if you are trading 1 pair, don't expect more than 3 trade a week. At that point you are forcing a trade. So if you want to have more trade every day, maybe trade 2 different sessions, because gold is the instrument to trade now. Maybe trade London and NYSE or something like that. But you need to be good at 1 session before adding a new session. So for now, we stick to 1 session, 1 pair, and with 3 trade a week, we can still reach the same goal. Okay. Anyway, see you guys next week. Wednesday.
Bye
Bye.
Yeah, bro. If you see something, call me.
Yes, sir.